Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back, and it is time for a new episode of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. I am so happy to be back with you guys. I mean, the highlight of my week is to come here into this studio at the New Orleans Talk Network and rap with all of you, and to rap with awesome authors. I mean, these authors are going places, and I'm just so excited to be a part of their promotion process and to put them on the map and to introduce them to new readers. So hopefully, I don't know what that was. Hopefully you guys will go ahead and support these authors because they are great people. But tonight, we are going to be talking to children's authors. I mean, now I think we all remember back in the day, we had our favorite children's book. For me, it was Judy Blume. I love me some Judy Blume. And then when I got a little bit older, it was Sweet Valley High. Love some Sweet Valley High. So now, kids aren't really reading those books anymore. So we have a whole new generation of children's authors who have the chance to affect the childhoods of our youth. So I'm really happy to be talking with these people. So right now, the first person I'm going to bring on is Miss Brittany Lenore, and I'm so happy to interview her because not only is she my sorority sister, she is a fellow Lady of the Dove. Even though you see me wearing this pink shirt, this is for breast cancer. But I am a Zeta True Blue. Anybody who knows me knows that. And so I am very happy to invite my soror, Miss Brittany Lenore, onto the show today. And she's going to be talking about her first book, which is called Blind Faith. So I'm looking forward to hearing all about that. And then later on in the show, we're going to bring Miss Joy Williams in. And I'm excited to talk with her because I met her a few weeks ago at an event that we did together. And she just has such a beautiful spirit. So I'm looking forward to getting to know a little bit more about her and more about this land of the extraordinary that she's going to be talking about. So first, let's go ahead and bring on Miss Brittany Lenore. Brittany, are you there?
Hi.
Hey,
hi, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I am so happy to have you here today.
I'm happy to be here. You got my very first interview, so I'm excited, and I'm excited to talk to your viewers as well.
All right, I'm your first. Yes. So, this is your first book and your first interview. So,
yes.
What is the message that you want the audience to know about Blind Faith? What is it all about?
So, Blind Faith is a autobiography about my life and how I took a leap of faith and really was maneuvering through the earth realm, trying to understand God's voice, just knowing how he speaks to me, as well as battling my own adversities in this world, like rejection, disappointment, just the different intimate relationships with people and family and handling friendships, all while still persevering and allowing God to lead me. So that's basically what Blind Faith is all about.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, what made you decide to write this type of book?
So, look, it really wasn't my idea. I've been a writer since I was a child. I really love to write. I've always had this big imagination, but my grammar sucked. My grammar was horrible. My professors and teachers always used to just red ink every single thing. So it really wasn't my idea. It was in a time where I was seeking God. I was really in a trying time of my life, and I always kept journals. So I always wrote like different phases of my life, things that I was going through, whether I was frustrated, happy, if somebody made me upset, I would always write. And I remember one evening, God was just, and it was during the fast, because I like fasting. It allows me to hear clearly from God. And he's like, "You gonna write a book?" I was like, "No, I'm not." This isn't happening. And God literally dealt with that idea for about maybe two to 3 weeks, about just saying, "You're gonna write a book." And he was bringing people to confirm it, people that I didn't know, people, that I would go to different events or things like that. And they were like, write the book. And I'm looking like, how do you how do you know? And it was really God just allowing me to know that he even speaks through other people.
Yes.
And it was making that more visible to me. So it wasn't my idea, it was his. I just came into agreement after just constantly hearing confirmation about it. And he literally gave me the title of the book, Blind Faith, because that was something that I was walking in and I will be able to tell others about and teach them how to maneuver in pure faith.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, how long did it take you to write something like this? Because when you're writing about yourself, that takes a certain level of honesty, not just with the people you're writing to, but also for yourself. You have to kind of strip away some layers and be brave enough to write something like this. So tell me about the process that you went through as you started to write this book.
So when I began to write the book, basically I had to come into like, okay, God, well, my grammar is not that good, and I used to go to the writing center, things like that, when it's time for me to submit papers.
Brittany, real quick, you know who else said my grammar's not that good? I can't talk.
Who?
Moses.
Yeah, he did. And God was like, I'm going to use you anyway.
Yeah.
And he sent him help. He sent him Aaron, so he sent the help as well to make him confident in his going. You're absolutely right. And that's another thing that God had, another just a story in the Bible that God had me studying was Moses and Abraham, and just kind of mixed those two together. And while I was just kind of thinking like, okay, God, can I really do this? Can I really do this? He had those confirming people. Write the book. These just random people that I didn't know, people that was at church who may have seen me in passing. It was like,
yes.
God told me you should write this book. So then I said, okay, well, if you tell me to write the book, what am I going to write it about? And he began to say, the things that you've written in your journal are the things you're going to write about. And I'm like, whoa. No, I'm not. It's too personal. It's too personal. And I'm private in certain areas of my life, and I don't want nobody to know that type of stuff. And God was like, no, because of what you've been through is going to bring breakthrough for other people. But if you don't tell your story, who will?
Yes.
So in the process of me just saying, okay, and reading through my journals, I just began to type. I began to type it, and I began to say, wow, I used to think like that, or dang, I forgot I went through that, and God was really bringing revelation to even certain things that I went through that I didn't understand at that moment, which allowed me to be broken before God, allowed me to be at a humble level, as it pertains to moving forward and writing the book. So you're absolutely right about, allowing yourself to, see truths about yourself and hone in on those truths and not to be in any bondage.
Yes.
Is really what God was trying to pull me out of, and just like anything that could hinder me from speaking my truth.
Well, you said a mouthful right there. So
yeah.
Now, what's been the feedback you've received on the book so far?
So I've had males and females purchasing my book, and a lot of my supporters wanted to support me just based off me being so influential with the demographic that people have, that God has given to me. And they've been like, oh my God, one shocker. I can't believe you wrote a book. Like, that's amazing. Not a lot of people I know, them speaking for them personally, I know that's writing a book. So just off of that, it was just like, oh my God, you wrote a book. Like, I'm definitely buying it,
Yes.
And which open up, people to just what is accessible to them, what they're capable of. And me just being honest with my journey, like, this is not something I thought I could do. This is me just challenging myself. I think it's just a light bulb that kind of went off in other people about, the different giftings and what they're equipped to do and what they're called to do. And a lot of people have been saying, I got a text message that said, oh my God, Brittany, I'm only on page 24. I've laughed, I've cried, and it even put me in a space of thinking about what I've been through and
yes.
how God has showed up, even when I didn't know that he was showing up. So I've been getting a lot of great feedback about my book.
That's wonderful. Now, who is this demographic that would benefit most from this book?
I believe the millennial generation, because it pertains to things that, that we've experienced, whether it's work related, relationship, parents, friends, the college experience, or just working, the rejection, the filling out resumes, all these different things, and just the intimate relationships of how you can, be lost in love, or in a perception of lust, or just trying to identify with those different things. Because I mean, I'm in my 20s, so I wrote the book catered towards what's going on with my life right now,
Yes.
and I just believe it'll reach them. But also, I believe anybody that will pick up the book will learn something from it, because it has universal topics in it, things that people don't normally know that I went through or that I know, can definitely benefit from the book as well.
Was that hard to write about something that you knew people didn't know about you? Because I mean, sometimes that can be a bit of shock value. Somebody would, like, let's say your mom or somebody reads the book and they're like, "Whoa, I didn't know that happened. Why didn't you ever tell me?" Had you prepared yourself for those types of conversations?
Yeah, I actually did. While in the editorial phase, I had someone, my editor's an older person, and maybe like the baby boomer age. And there were some things in my book and how I said it that she, felt like I could have offended someone that was close to me or that I love, but it wasn't me trying to be offensive. It was me trying to share my emotion. But
Yes.
just having that level of wisdom of how I can tailor certain words just so I can still get my point across and the emotions that I felt, but also still being truthful and transparent. So I did prepare myself for what people would say. But even in that process of writing, when God was breaking me down, it was like, this is something that a lot of people go through, but they don't have the boldness to even say it. I've given you
Yes.
boldness. I've given you authority. I've given you the ability to speak so that you can heal other people through what I've done in you. So I've had times where even when I was writing, I was like, God, I don't want to write this. Like, I don't want to put that out there. And he's like,
Yes.
no, you're going to put it out there. And it'll be like, I'll let it sit for like a couple days. And if it kept, resonating in my spirit that I should write it or I talk about it, then I did. And I just said, you know what, God, you have your way, because at the end of the day, you instructed me to do this. I'm following you. So I know you're going to cover me.
Sounds like another guy I know named Noah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely know having that instruction and not really seeing the manifestation of it, but hoping for the thing. That's what faith is about. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So
Yes.
I feel like even with this book and just the relatability to the different people in the Bible is what really got me through, because not only was I writing, but I was referencing scriptures and I was referencing people in the Bible as it related to my everyday life.
Awesome, awesome. Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we get back, I'd like to see where you plan to go next. Now that you have this book, so we'll be right back. Don't forget to call in 504-341-8255 if you'd like to ask a question to Brittany yourself, and don't forget to share, like, and comment. So we'll see you right after this break.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Hey, what's up, readers and shakers? It's time for a new horizon in literary talk. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions is a literary lounge for readers who want to make informed decisions on how they spend their reading dollars. Each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, authors will join us in the lounge for real talk with real readers. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. This is the place to be for the best in literary conversation. See you there. Hey, what's up, readers and shakers? It's time for a new horizon in literary talk. Horizons with...
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
We're back, and we are still here with Miss Brittany Lenore, our first-time author, first-time interview, and she has just been speaking a word about how she really just listened to God's voice when he told her that she needed to write this book. She didn't think she had the tools to do it. She wasn't sure she was ready to put this much truth out to the world, but she listened to what God said, and this book has become a manifestation of that. So I thought that was a beautiful testimony that I'm hoping that you share with a lot more people. Are you there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to just being transparent, because I feel like that's what we need in the world right now. We don't really need any camouflage lifestyles. We need full transparency for other people to be healed and delivered and to be able to walk in their true purpose.
Right. There's a lot of times, we go through things and we don't want people to know about the things that we've gone through. So we try to paint ourselves as this perfect person who's above anything petty, so to speak. And, we've never made a mistake. And so we put ourselves sometimes on a pedestal. But by doing that, I think sometimes we actually drive a wedge between ourselves and other people, because they see us as this perfect person who doesn't know what it's like to struggle. So sometimes when we share those stories, we tear away some of those layers and show people that we're human as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just feel like when you write about yourself, not even if it's a book, even when people write prayers to God or just their thoughts, or even if they're not a writer, you have to find some outlet, some positive outlet to be able to express your emotions to God. Some things, we are quick to go and talk to our girlfriends or our fellas and just, and just be open, but sometimes God doesn't want you to do that, because it brings the judgmental mindset. Yes. And then sometimes you don't even get what you needed. You don't feel fulfilled, and it allows people to be humanistic, and to operate during the flesh rather than in the spirit. And I just feel like whatever that outlet is, whether it's writing, whether it's singing or rapping, whatever gifting God has for you to be able to share your truth, that's what I feel like you should be doing, because not everybody may be able to write. Or if you play an instrument, I feel like you tell your story in a way you want to tell your story. And can't nobody take that away from you, because you know that it's true. You know that it comes from a deeper place. And when you are true to yourself and allow yourself to be led by the Spirit of God, there's so many doors of opportunity that can be opened before Amen. You, just by that level of obedience.
You better speak, girl. And how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm fairly 29.
Now, I asked that question because there are people who don't believe that somebody in her 20s can have a message, and you're proving all of those people wrong. You have such a powerful message, and you're so unafraid to share that message. And I think that more young people need to hear that. And I mentioned children's authors earlier, but you're a millennial author. And you're going to reach an entirely different segment of the population with this message, as long as you continue to stay unashamed. So I encourage you to keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. I'm just in a position now where God has made me comfortable to be able to speak at this level with this level of knowledge and wisdom, because this hasn't happened overnight. You
Yes.
know, I've grown over the last maybe 4 years as an adult in Christ. You know, I was raised in the church. My mom had us in church, but sometimes you can kind of be on a teeter-totter. You're up, you're down, or you may have one foot in, one foot out. And you just have to know God for yourself
Mm-hmm.
and break some, religious barriers in
Yes.
order to see God for who he really is. Because sometimes God can be camouflaged based off other people's perception, and we box him in. And we're never able to really see who he is, because who he is who we are. How we act is how he acts. But you have to identify that you are created in the image of the Most High in order to know what you're capable of. He's a creator. You're a creator. So you have to think like him.
Yes. Yes. Now, just moving back to the book, because I can keep you here for another 30 minutes, but, you got to move back to the book. But you mentioned earlier that a lot of the book came from journals that you've written. How long had you journaled before you started writing the book?
Oh, I've always journaled. I've journaled for like my entire life. I've always kept like a diary or something. But when I took the leap of faith in December of 2015 to move to Los Angeles, that's where it really began. It was a new life for me. And I began to journal different things. But
Right.
even in the midst of that, my journals got stolen from me. So in
What?
the midst of me deciding to write the book, I mentioned this in my book, how someone broke into my car and stole everything because I was battling homelessness while
Oh,
writing the book.
oh, wow. You have
So
a
in the
powerful
midst of,
testimony.
yeah, yeah, the enemy really didn't. He was trying to steal my voice back any means necessary, and God showed me Himself even in that moment. He said, I told you to write the book. You're gonna write the book. Like in the middle of the night, someone stole all my things out of my car. And by being homeless, you're living that lifestyle. You have all your belongings in your car with you, and then
Yes.
somebody takes everything, and it feel like you're stripped. It's like, wait, how am I going to write this book with no content? And I was like, God, how am I going to do this? And he was like, I'm going to bring everything back to your memory. And he did just that. And I just wrote what I heard in the spirit. And he would bring situations back up. And when he brought the situations, I would write.
And so is that where the title Blind Faith came from?
Yeah. So in the midst of me learning God's voice, because you can't see God, he's a spirit. It was like, I'm trusting in something higher than me, greater than me, but I can't see you. So I was learning that scripture, 2 Corinthians 5:7, walk by faith and not by sight. And God was just like, this is blind faith. You can't see anything. It's like a blind person maneuvering on the street and all they have are their senses. God, the Holy Spirit is our senses. So those things are heightened when you can't see, when you're camouflaged by what the enemy has tried to tell you who you were, So it allows you to be more intimate with him, to be able to hear his voice, to be able to do things that you wouldn't normally do because you can't see, but you have to trust.
You better speak, girl. Now, what's next for you? I mean, now that you've treaded into this world of publishing, is there another book on the horizon? Maybe a Blind Faith Part 2?
Yes. So there is a volume 2 to Blind Faith, as well as a book of poetry that I'm currently in the midst of writing. So I've just been, going through all my avenues of writing. I don't want to be limited to the things that I can write. So Blind Faith number 2 is in the works.
All right. All right. So when do you plan for that one to come out? Have you given yourself a timeline on that yet?
I'm just waiting until Blind Faith, this current Blind Faith book, to get to the level in which it has enough exposure to reach the masses. And then I'll begin to start writing that one, because it's just so much stuff.
It is. It really is.
So much stuff.
So what are you doing now to promote Blind Faith?
So right now, I promoted it on all my social sites, which is Brittany Lenore on YouTube, Periscope, and Instagram.
Okay, now what are you doing on YouTube?
On YouTube, so I just basically get on here and I do basic like mini sermons, I guess.
Okay.
But my delivery is so different and unique. it just seems like a conversation, more conversational style, because my ministry is on a mission for Christ to reach believers and non-believers, to make them aware of Jesus' mission and ministry, all while helping a person identify purpose and walk in blind faith. So I get on there and I just do different topics, so on Periscope and YouTube.
Okay, and how can people find you on Periscope and YouTube? What are they looking for?
So you can look for my name, Brittany Lenore, on Periscope and YouTube, and my fan page for Facebook is Lenore the Light. So in there you can follow me, you can subscribe to my channels and watch videos, and just look out for different upcoming flyers and things that I have in the works, because not only am I writing, I'm doing some other things. So I just want you guys to stay in the loop with me, and so that I can know who my audience is and continue to pray for you guys and just give you what you need.
All right. And so the book can also be found on Amazon, I'm guessing, and Barnes & Noble?
So it's on Amazon right now. I'm trying to get it on Barnes & Nobles before the end of the year. There's just some stipulations that you have to go through while being a self-published author in order to get to the different outlets.
Okay. So then what's your preferred way for people to order your book? Would it be through your website or would it be through Amazon?
So I prefer people to purchase my book directly through Amazon.com. Sometimes I put it on sales. So for Black Friday, I'm just letting you guys know. I'm going to put it on another sale, and around Christmas time, it'll be on sale again. But I encourage you to get the book when you feel led to get the book, because there's breakthrough in it for you. So I encourage you to buy the book, like and share it, and tell other people about it, because it's really going to bless you, especially if you need clarity and direction. And with everything going on in this world, Amen. We need to put our faith in nothing but God.
Amen. Well, thank you for not only sharing your book with us, but sharing that very powerful word, and for sharing your testimony, because I'm quite sure that somebody heard something that was a blessing to them. And so, I'm looking at the page right now. We have a playwright named Trinice Jordan, playwright Duplessis. She's actually going to be on the show next week. She says she's right. Say that, sister.
Thank you so much. Yes. I appreciate it.
Yes. So people are hearing your message. So continue to share your powerful message. Do not be afraid to share your testimony, because as many people who are going to say, I don't want to hear it, there's going to be so many more people who are going to say, I was blessed by what you said, and I'm glad you shared that. So continue doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me this evening. I really do appreciate it. And I just pray that everything that you're hoping for will be manifested in this season for you, especially with your network.
Amen. Thank you so very much. Let's put the book back up one more time so people can take a look at it. Blind Faith. There it is. There it is. So do not forget, people, go out and order this book on Amazon. Let's support this young author who has just shared her truth with the masses. And so let's support her, and let's help to make her a best-selling author. So get out there and order this book, people. All right. So thank you very much, Miss Brittany.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
And I know we interrupted you from something, so now you go ahead and get back on that and do your thing.
All righty. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Now we'll be right back. And when we get back, we're going to have another author, Miss Joy Williams, who will be talking about her book, Olivia and the Land of the Extraordinary. Can't wait to hear about that. Hey, what's up, readers and shakers? It's time for a new horizon in literary talk. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions is a literary. Hey, what's up, readers and shakers? It's time for a new horizon in literary talk. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions is a literary lounge for readers who want to make informed decisions on how they spend their reading dollars. Each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, authors will join us in the lounge for real talk with real readers. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. This is the place to be for the best in literary conversation. See you there. Hey, what's up, readers and shakers? It's time for a new horizon in literary talk. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions is a literary lounge for readers who want to make informed decisions on how they spend their reading dollars. Each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, authors will join us in the lounge for real talk with real readers. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. This is the place to be for the best in literary conversation. See you there. Hey, what's up, readers and shakers? It's time for a new horizon in literary talk. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions is a literary lounge for readers who want to make informed decisions on how they spend their reading dollars. Each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, authors will join us in the lounge for real talk with real readers. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. This is the place to be for the best in literary conversation. See you there.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-47.
Hello, we're back. You gotta love live TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, anything can happen, you know. So we are back with Miss Joy Williams, and we're still repping the pink because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I got this really cool T-shirt on. I have to give a shout out to First Lady Salon. That's where I got this shirt. I'm gonna show y'all. I got the little bedazzle going on here with the pink ribbon right here in the middle. I don't know if y'all can see it, but this shirt is the truth, and it fits very well. And so, I'm killing my microphone. And we have your T-shirt on. You got a little pink in here.
Yes, I have a little splash of pink. It says "Dare to be extraordinary," because in everything you do, you want to be extraordinary. So
there's nothing wrong with being extraordinary. Pink. You don't want to just be basic around this cut, no?
Exactly.
Can't be basic. You know, I mean, according to Facebook, basic is a sin.
It is. It is.
Right, so this is Miss Joy Williams. We met each other. What was that? Last month, sometime, wasn't it?
I want to say about a month ago. Yes.
Yeah, we had this really nice event over at the Greenwood Library.
Goodwood Library.
Yeah, the Goodwood Library.
It was an event hosted by Glamour House 1302.
Your sister?
Yes.
How's she doing?
She's doing wonderful.
Okay, I hope
hopefully
she's
tuned in.
Yeah, I hope she's watching. You remind her. Well, Kim said, "Hey, Miss Joy."
Hey, Kim.
So, tell us about who is Olivia.
Okay, Olivia is actually my 9-year-old daughter. She's well, actually her name is Lauren. So hey, Lauren. But when she was 4, give or take, she started wearing glasses, and no, she wasn't bullied, because I want to clear that up, because sometimes when I'm telling the story, people think that she was bullied, but actually she hadn't started school yet. But she started wearing glasses around that age. Loved Disney Channel, loved princesses, but she didn't see any princess on TV that wore glasses. And so Olivia came about because I wanted to show her that it doesn't matter how you look. If you're a princess, if you are ordained to be a princess, that's what you are, and it doesn't matter how you look, where you come from, your shape, your size. I mean, princesses come in many different shapes, sizes, and colors. So don't let others tell you what you can or cannot be. Especially don't let TV and society tell you what you can or cannot be.
And TV and society will tell you what you're supposed to look like. If you look at certain women on TV, they all have this beautiful, long, flowing hair all down their backs, the big hips, and the heels about that high, face full of makeup, and you would think that that's the way they wake up.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a song about that. I woke up like this.
If you watch too much TV or the internet, it will have you either disappearing
Yes.
because you're trying to lose weight to compete, or you're getting implants. Everything about you will be fake. So just be yourself. And so that's the purpose behind Dare to Be Extraordinary, because it's encouraging girls to not just follow what everybody else is doing. Dare to be yourself.
Yes.
Dare to be true to yourself, because when you're daring to be true to yourself, that's what makes you extraordinary, when you're just being you. We're so busy trying to fit into the mold of others, being accepted. And believe me, I understand. I'm a girl. You know, middle school, high school, you go through those different phases, but you don't ever want to lose yourself and who you are just to be accepted.
Well, I'm never going to forget when my daughter first moved back to New Orleans, and I took her over to the store to get her uniforms, because, you know, everybody in this city wears uniforms.
Yes,
Yeah.
Baton Rouge too.
So I took her to the store so she can get her uniforms. And so she's going through and she's picking up her skirt and her sweater. You know, that stuff cost me $400.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
and it's supposed to say.
Yeah, and I'm still paying tuition on top of that. And so she picked up a little hair bow, because she used to like to wear hair bows in her hair.
Yeah.
And I said, are you sure you want to wear a hair bow? I don't think the other girls are going to be wearing hair bows. And she said, well, they suck. I want a hair bow. I said, okay, wear your hair bow then.
See there? Let her do her own thing.
And so, I mean, I think kids now, they have to learn to be fearless about who they are. I mean, or else they turn into adults who don't want to be who they are because they're afraid of not fitting in.
Exactly. I try to encourage that with my daughters. I have 3 girls, and I try to encourage them. I think my youngest, she'll be 2 Friday. I think she's already mastered that, just being true to herself. But I try to encourage them, just be true to yourself. Don't worry about what others say or do. You know, you start your own trend, really.
Yes,
you know, you don't have to follow into someone else's trend, because you'll be surprised who's watching you, who may look up to you, admire you, even at 9, 15. So start your own trend, be extraordinary in all that you do, and hey, if nobody else is wearing that hair bow and your daughter wants to wear the hair bow, let her wear the hair bow.
Exactly. And true, that girl wears what she want to wear now. I'm like, you do your thing.
Yeah.
Just as long as you don't go out here looking crazy, I'm happy for you.
Exactly.
So tell me, how did your daughter respond to this book?
She actually liked the book. I think, from my opinion, I think it helped boost her confidence some, because she's shy, soft-spoken. Now, she is still soft-spoken, but usually whenever I do a vending show or a book reading and it's outside of school, I bring her with me. So, and then I allow her to read the book too. I've noticed that she wants to sign the book. So instead of me signing, sometimes okay, you the star of the show, so yeah, I'll let her sign a book. She interacts with other young readers that come to want to see what Olivia is all about. So I think it's really kind of boosted her confidence.
That's good.
And she's embraced wearing glasses too. So that was really the big key behind it, was just making sure that she loves her glasses. I mean, it's nothing that you can do about it. It doesn't make you any less pretty, so embrace it.
I think sometimes glasses just make you look a little bit more fierce.
It does. And like I told you, you'll be surprised how many people walking around here with glasses and don't even have a prescription.
Yeah, my child has this little crazy pair of glasses she likes to wear sometimes. It doesn't even have lenses in it. She just puts the glasses on and keep on going.
Exactly.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with being yourself and embracing who you are. I mean, we see that a lot. I said this on the show before about natural hair. When we first go natural and we've cut our hair off, we're thinking, oh, it's so short, it's never growing.
Yes.
And then you'll have somebody else who's saying, oh, your hair is so fierce, I love your hair. Yeah. Or you think it's not growing, and somebody else will come up and say, your hair is growing so fast.
Exactly. And that's the thing, even going back to my daughter, you're being insecure about something, or you're feeling a certain way, and you'll be surprised who someone else is looking at you and saying, wow. And with that being said, too, when I started writing the book, it started making me think about other girls and other issues, outside of wearing glasses. So in my book, there's also a plus size girl. There's a cancer survivor in the book. And there's a popular girl, because people tend to think
The
popular girls just have it all together, and that's not so. But yes, I try to touch on all of those things.
That is awesome. So I love the fact that you have such a diverse array of range of characters.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I try to do that because I want to teach girls that we all come from all walks of life. One big thing amongst females is that we tend to be catty amongst each other. We're competing with one another, and we don't have to. And that's why I wanted to have a girl that kind of represents a different walk of life.
Yes.
That even though we may all come from different backgrounds, we have some common ground where we can support each other, uplift each other, and encourage each other, because at the end of the day, we all have an obstacle that we're trying to overcome, and we may need our sister, we may need our friend to help us overcome that obstacle.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's the other main reason for having so many different other girls in it. So it's not just about Olivia. She goes on this journey and finds that she's not the only one dealing with an issue. So I hope it encourages some girl out there.
I'm quite sure it will, because sometimes we do think that the people who have it going on, somebody else might be jealous because she's wearing glasses.
Yes.
And that young girl's not wearing glasses. Mom, I want some glasses too, just like Olivia.
Yeah, exactly. Or just or help another girl embrace wearing glasses too.
Yes.
So whatever it may be, hopefully it encourages whatever girl is out there. It just encourage somebody to, overcome whatever obstacle issue they have. And I hope it encourage us to stick together and form a sisterhood, because that's really what I want to see too. We have to, it starts at an early age. It's surprising that I see women, even in my age group, that are so catty and we
act like we can't get along.
Exactly.
We act like everything has to be a competition.
Exactly.
I posted a meme one time. I created it myself, and it said that there's no need for competition. There's enough sun for everybody to get some shine.
Exactly. I mean, we're all flowers. I saw this one day, and it really touched me. It says that a flower doesn't compete with another flower. It just blooms. And that's what we have to remember. We're all flowers. We're all going to bloom. We're going to bloom at our own time. So it's no need to fight with the next person, compete, or give a side eye, or, oh, she thinks she's cute.
Yes.
I mean, just stay in your lane, bloom at the time that God says it's your time to bloom, and encourage the person next to you, because you never know. While they're blooming and blossoming into something great, they still may need a little encouragement too, because they may feel insecure about something. You just don't know. So I just want to teach them while they're young and encourage them, and hopefully when they get my age, they're not being the catty old women.
Okay, well, we hope not now. No catty women. No catty women. We need happy black women.
Exactly.
Not angry black women, happy black women.
Exactly.
Okay, well, on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we get back, of course, we're going to find out what Miss Joy has coming up next.
Okay.
So stay right there. Don't forget, you can call in. Please continue to comment, like, and subscribe. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up, readers and shakers? It's time for a new horizon in literary talk. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions is a literary lounge for readers who want to make informed decisions on how they spend their reading dollars. Each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, authors will join us in the lounge for real talk with real readers. Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. This is the place to be for the best in literary conversation. See you there.
In the month of October, we honor those who we have loved and lost, and all of us who remain in the fight, the Warrior Angels. New Orleans Talk Network and Boomers Lifestyle Network present the 2017 Warriors Angels fundraiser for the Susan G. Komen For the Cure. Thursday, October 19th, 2017, 6 o'clock to 8:30 p.m. at the New Orleans Talk Network, 7601 West Bank Expressway, Marrero. There will be food, networking, and entertainment. All are invited. We will never stop fighting. We will never forget. I'm living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden.
I know.
So we are back, and we were just talking about Miss Olivia, who's living in the land of the extraordinary. And this is the book, which I really believe is such a really pretty, attention-getting book cover. I really like it. And I love the glasses. Does your baby have glasses like this now?
No, she doesn't.
Oh.
No. We matter of fact, we just went to the eyeglass doctor. I think yesterday, day before, and she chose I think it's like a purple pair this time. So she keeps asking when they coming in. I said, Lauren, they come in next week.
Now, I noticed that the book does not have pictures in it.
Nope.
So what would you say is the age range for this book?
This is a chapter book, and the age range is 7 to 9.
Okay.
However, I've even had some middle school girls purchase my book, and they're inspired by the book. But yes, it is a chapter book, so it encourages you to use your own imagination. Because at that age, they'll start reading chapter books anyway, and not all chapter books have pictures, or they may have very few. I just opted to go with the whole.
No, I like the fact that you went with the
words.
chapter book, because another thing it does is it allows the reader to use their own imagination as to what Olivia looks like.
Exactly. And that's another thing, because I do give description of my characters, but I also want them to know. I want them to envision themselves as being Olivia.
Yes.
So that's another thing too. Like you say, I'm excited about it. I'm glad she's a chapter book. I have another one in the works. But I also have 2 other books that I'm working on. I swear,
You working on 3 books at one time?
Let me tell you something.
Oh goodness! Here we go.
I have these ideas that pop up in my head, and then I start writing, and then another idea for a book. And I actually have 2 books right now that I'm super, super, super excited about. It has nothing to do with Olivia, but it came to me, and I had to start writing it. So I start with the second book of Olivia, and then I divert back to one of the other 2 books. It's ridiculous. It's like I'm trying to learn focus, but haven't got there yet.
Yeah, come on now. You got to focus. You're going to have the characters all mixed up.
Oh, no, I won't have them mixed up. Hopefully, I'll just have 3 books coming out at the same time.
Well, hey, okay. You know what? From your lips to God's ears.
Exactly.
Amen.
Speak it, claim it.
Nothing wrong with that. So tell us where we can find Miss Olivia.
Currently, you can find Olivia on Amazon. You can also go to my website, iamjoywilliams.com. Those are the 2 avenues that I'm using right now. Pretty soon, I hope to have her in other bookstores. She's made her debut in a few. Actually, she was in Octavia Books here. I think she still is in New Orleans.
Well, we need to get you over at Community Book Center.
Yes, I would love to be.
Yeah, you've got to be in Community Book Center, the only African-American independently owned bookstore in New Orleans.
Of course. Oh, believe me, I have reached out. Okay,
just making sure now.
I've reached out to her.
So you hear that, Miss Vera and Mama Jen? Come on now.
Hopefully soon. Yes. But so far right now, that's what I have in the works, is just writing, and hopefully by the spring of next year, one of the books will make their debut. I can't say which one, but one of them will be making their debut.
Don't rush it. Right now it's all about perfection. You're in the best time of your life right now because you're self-published.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not putting yourself on timelines. Well, nobody's putting you on a timeline. I'm sure you're putting yourself on one.
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, of course.
But you can make the book the way you want to be.
Exactly. And that's what I like about being self-published also is that I get to hold on to my own creativity as well. So I don't have to take something out that I don't really want to take out, hurry up and rush something and then wish that I had a little more time to perfect a character or a storyline. So I love being self-published. It's kind of like being a free spirit. So yes, I enjoy it.
Not bad at all. Yeah, I love being a free spirit. That's why I do this, and I didn't go get a 9 to 5.
We're working on that part yet. I haven't let go of the 9 to 5 yet.
Well, don't worry. The 9 to 5 is a blessing. That's the reason why I'm retired. I didn't just stop. I did 23 years in the Army.
Oh wow! Well, salute to you.
Well, thank you very much.
My daddy is a veteran. He's a Marine.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Salute to the Marines.
Of
Hoorah.
course.
So, tell me something. How long I know you said you wrote this book for your daughter, but have you always been a writer?
I've always been a writer. I used to write poetry, though. I've been writing since middle school. Matter of fact, one of my teachers in middle school, he used to call me Poetic Joy. I used to let him read some of my poems. So, yes, I've always been a writer, love to write, but for the most part, I've always kept it to myself, kept it in a binder, a folder, stashed under a bed or in a drawer. But it really wasn't until I had my daughter and she had this epiphany that she couldn't be a princess that I decided to write a story and dedicate it to her. And honestly, even when in writing this story, I had not planned on making it a book to share with the world. I just was trying to encourage her to love her glasses, but I don't know, something just came over me and it took off into just from being a short story to a chapter book to who else is dealing with this same issue. So I said,
there's nothing new under the sun.
Exactly. I said, this is a message that it has to get out there because, I mean, let's be honest, how many 4-year-olds, if she was really 4 at the time, because she was getting ready to start pre-K. So how many kids in that age group really look at TV and say, hey, I can't be something? Usually at that age, they look at TV and they saying, oh, I want to be that, whether it's Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, whoever, but they never really say, I can't be that because of something that I have going on. And for her to look at that and say something like that, I felt like that's something I really need to touch on.
To me, it kind of reminded me of, because we didn't worry about the glasses so much. I mean, we said the 4 eyes and everything like that, but whatever. But we, if we had glasses, we were pretty. For me, it reminds me of back in the day when the Black Barbie first came out, and they didn't think the Black Barbie was as pretty because it didn't have the long flowing hair. It had an afro basically.
Oh wow!
Right. So and then when you looked at the baby dolls, the black baby dolls would still be sitting on the shelves, and the white baby dolls, even the black girls wanted the white baby dolls.
That is true. That is
because
true.
they didn't see them as pretty. It took a while, and until we got to the Black is Beautiful movement, and then we moved forward, and then started really accepting who we are and the beauty that was in us before we started really reaching for those black dolls.
That's true.
And so that's kind of where I see Olivia. This may not be I'm not pretty. I'm not pretty because I'm black type thing, but it was I'm not pretty because I'm wearing glasses.
Exactly.
So she had to find that love within her. So I think it's a wonderful thing that you as a mother helped her through that process, and she was able to accept that.
Yes, well, thank you. And yes, and that's so well said that you brought that up, because that's true. Even outside of being Black and embracing our own beauty, we still have other scars that we're dealing with. And that's why I wanted to make sure there is a plus size girl in this book. There is a cancer survivor in this book, and the reason behind the cancer survivor is because girls, we love our hair. We love for some, your hair is your crown. It's your pride and joy. So when you don't have it, you lose that. It's like, for some, it's losing a part of you. And so I wanted to have that girl in there so she knows that does not define you. You define that. Just like those glasses that Olivia have, you define those glasses. We have the power to define our own beauty.
Yes.
You know, it's just that sometimes we need somebody to remind us that, you know, we're so powerful, we're so great, we're so extraordinary. I mean, we're made so unique, and we have to remember that. And that's the whole gist behind Olivia.
That's beautiful. I think you said it all. So, now you got these 3 books that you're trying to release at the same time.
I didn't say trying to.
Okay.
If it happens, it happens.
So, what have you been doing to promote the book, though?
Well, right now I use social media, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. And you're doing well at it.
Yes.
I've seen you all over Instagram.
Yes. I was also featured in Swagger Magazine, which is a Southern magazine. She's from Baton Rouge. Sweet. Hey, Francesca.
Hey, Francesca, if you're listening, call me, girl.
So, yes, I've been featured in magazines.
Wonderful.
Here and Atlanta. So I network with other local
continue networking.
Yeah, exactly. Local publicists, and do that to get my name out. Vending shows, story time at books. At schools and stuff like that. Girl Scouts.
Oh, that's wonderful, doing the story times at the schools, because there's going to be a child who hears that story and says they want that story.
Exactly. And I've had that. I actually did. It was end of school fest. I can't remember exactly what they called it, and I got to read to a group of kids. I even done one at my daughter's school. So, yes, Olivia gets around. Olivia has been to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, to the Natural Hair Expo out there.
Okay.
She's recently been invited to Jackson, Mississippi. So, yeah, she's making her way, not just in Louisiana.
Yeah, well, keep doing your thing, because you're doing it right.
Yes. Olivia has even traveled all the way to Florida, so.
Okay, well, I got a couple of people here who said they see you. Lionel says, "I see you, Joy."
Hey, Lionel.
I guess that's what Terry Cook was saying.
That's my cousin. Hey, TJ.
Kim says that she loved the book. She says adults can learn from it too.
Yes, they can.
See, so it shows me that you are making a giant impact, and I congratulate you for that.
Thank you.
Continue doing what you're doing, and if you ever need the support of Meet the World Image Solutions, we're right here for you.
Of course, and I just may be using you guys in the future.
Hey, I'm not mad at that. So we have 1 minute left. So I just a couple of quick plugs. Do not forget the Warrior Angels Fight Like a Girl. The breast cancer awareness marketing opportunity. It will be right here at the New Orleans Talk Network, which is at 7601 West Bank Expressway in Marrero, Louisiana. It will be on the 19th, which is next Thursday, from 6 to 8 p.m. So if you want more information about that, just go to New Orleans Network, NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com, or contact Cinder with the Boomers Lifestyle Network at 504-782-7629. That's 504-782-4629 if you want more information on that. Also, the clothing drive, if you have clothes for the clothing drive, we're just about done with that. But if you contact me because you would like to donate some clothes, I will be taking clothes no later than Saturday. So just contact me at info@mtwimagesolutions.com or at 504-505-5894. So I want your business closed so we can be a blessing to somebody else. We've already sent 3 boxes off to Houston, so we'll be sending some more boxes to Puerto Rico and to Florida. And for those of you who voted for Meet the World Image Solutions for Best Blog Talk, thank you so very much. The voting has ended. It ended yesterday. But I want to thank each and every one of you who cast a vote for us. And just pray for us that we win this award. This will be our first award since we launched this show back in June. So this is going to be an awesome thing. And I really appreciate each and every one of you who has continued to support this show and helping us to continue to improve and soar, because that's what we want to do. We want to make this a platform for up-and-coming authors, because many times we don't always get that opportunity when we're first starting out. I mean, I've been there, so I know what I'm saying here. And then lastly, don't forget to tune in next week for the Playwrights panel. We will have, we're looking at Anthony Bean, we're looking at Trinice Duplessis, 2 big powerhouse playwrights right here in New Orleans. And we cannot wait to have them here so they can talk about the art of writing a play, because writing a book, writing a play, sometimes they can be 2 totally different things. And it looks like we have one more thing that we have to plug. The New Orleans Experience. If you are a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated and you are planning on coming to the 2018 Boulé here in New Orleans, Louisiana, do not forget about the New Orleans Experience. If you need a place to stay, here are some of the hotels, and you can get some more information. Just check out the information right up there. I cannot read it because I'm old and I'm not wearing my glasses, but I know y'all can see it. So he blew it up for me. Okay. Contact the Nola Royal Doves 2018. HousingStreamPoint.com. Okay, girl. That's a lot of information. But anyway, call them if you are a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Stay fight. All right. So that is it for tonight. Thank you so much, Joy, for coming out.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, I am happy you came. You came all the way from Baton Rouge. You are serious. I love it.
Yes.
And I hope to have you back here because we do have a Black History event in February, and I believe you should be here for it.
I would love to. Yes, I would love to.
I'll send you some information on it.
But please do, and I will gladly come.
All right. That's what I like to hear. All right. Thank you so much. That is the end of, I don't know why we keep going over time. This show just keeps getting good. But thank you so much for tuning in for another edition of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. I am your hostess, Rhonda M Lawson, the queen of the Literary Lounge, and I will hope to see you again next week. Y'all have a wonderful night and a great rest of the week. Bye-bye.